I feel great because I'm able to share my knowledge.
I enjoy working here because of the residents. They're welcoming, they make me feel at home.
My bosses are great, they work with you. I mean, I really like working here.
I started working for 15 Crayside as a housekeeping staff, and now I am a CNA. That feeling that you can make a big difference in someone's life, for me, it's the most meaningful work I've ever done in my whole life.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard, but our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad, a boneless chicken thigh marinated in
Fantastico Sanchez in the 6th hole, and the bottom of the order 7 through 9, Pereira, Mendoza, and Gavrilo. Let's take a look at the defense in the outfield, left to right for the Spartans. Gatu, Kamisato, and Sapolo at third. It is Iokia Abad over at short. The second baseman is Hiraoka. At first, it's Miller, and behind the plate catching is Silva for Maryknoll. And in the circle, Cassie Cruz, the senior. You see her numbers, 13 and 4, 3.59 ERA, 111 innings pitched, 94 strikeouts, and 73 walks. As Kayla Whaley, the left fielder, will get ready to step in and get things underway here from Manoa. Semifinal number 1. The winner moves on to tomorrow night's Division I championship game. We do have the D2 championship matchup. We'll pass that on to you here momentarily. As looking down is Cruz for the sign. And the first pitch of the ball game, outside and low. So you'll have Kapaa, the defending D2 state champions, taking on the OIA champion Pearl City. Both those teams won earlier today here at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium. So Kapaa will have a chance to defend their Division II title tomorrow. Kelly, what do you think is the key here for both teams in the early going?
I think for Campbell, they're going to need to be able to bring their bats. They have a great defense, but I think for them, they got to outscore the opponents, got to score a lot of runs. Their pitching hasn't been necessarily dominant this year, and so they're going to need to be putting up a lot of offense. And for Maryknoll, it has been Cassie Cruz, number 44 in the circle. She has been excellent in her senior campaign. Just been throwing the ball, slinging the ball the entire year. There's Coach Shag right there for Campbell. Very veteran guy, knows his softball, but also credits his coaching staff a lot. They do a lot of the hard work for him, and they've been really good this year.
2 on pitch down to Whaley from Cruz, catches the strike zone. Evens things up at 2-2. You know, you talk about Campbell, they'll have to slug their way. Well, they've scored 21 runs in the first 2 games of this tournament.
Yes, exactly, and they've done just that, right? They're putting the ball in play, hitting it hard. Yesterday they beat Baldwin, who's a really good 12-10, outslugged them.
The 2 pitch it on the ground is short, up with it, the throw to first. Is it in time? It is. 6-3, the put out of Whaley for the first out of the ball game.
I love watching Maryknoll's infield. They've got a great young infield. That was a bod right there at shortstop. Just a freshman, but can move the ball really well, has great feet and good hands. You saw that ball hit really hard by Kayla Whaley right at her.
And you see a good look at the head coach of Maryknoll, John Uikawa. ILH champions, the Spartans this year, as Kalena Fuentes Ariano, the right fielder at the plate. Looks at a pitch on the inside corner, 0-1. How about the sun? Because in this game, it's still early enough, the sun won't be a factor, but eventually when it starts going down this time of year, it goes down over near the arena, the right side of the playing field. It can get a little difficult, can it?
Yeah, any ball hit towards third base can be difficult for a first baseman to see. You got to be aware of that. Not necessarily for a right fielder, but definitely for first base when a ball's coming thrown to them from their third baseman. We'll see if that ends up being a factor.
Yeah, probably a little after 6 o'clock local time, it's when that will be in effect. Nothing into the count. The pitch a bit upstairs from Cruz. Maryknoll yesterday with a run rule victory over Kaiser at 11-1. There is a run rule in the state tournament. It's 10 runs or more after 5 innings. We've seen it used a handful of times already this week. So here comes the 1-2 from Cruz. Brings that one down, fouled straight back off the bat of Fuentes Arellano. On deck, it is Lala Malama.
And Enna here, she's also one of the pitchers. She's not starting today in the circle for Campbell, but has done quite a bit of the pitching, has more experience than who we're gonna see later in the circle for Campbell, Lily Pereira, who has done a phenomenal job so far in the state tournament.
That one popped up on the infield, right side. The second baseman, Hiraoka, will come up and make the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 down here in the top of the first inning.
Cassie Cruz, who, like we've said, is having a really good senior year. She's one of the harder throwers in the state right now. Throws in the low 60s, has good movement, a good rise ball. So she gets a lot of pop-ups, also gets a lot of swings and misses. The ILH had some great pitchers. We're gonna see another one for Punahou, Paige Brun, later on in our nightcap. But Cassie Cruz throwing really hard. You saw there a screwball on the outside half, and when she's on and hitting her spots, she's really difficult for an offense to get in rhythm with.
1-0 the count to Malama. Base is empty. 2 away, top of the first inning. That one's pulled, fouled just barely on the first base side. Well, Lala, her given name is Brina, but she goes by Lala Malama. I love that. I think that is awesome.
And she is a great person. You talk to her, she lights up a room. She has incredible leadership skills. And when we see her on defense as a catcher, you can tell that she just has a great presence. Everyone's under her leadership.
A catcher hitting from the left side at the Rainbow Wahine softball stadium, that never happened.
I know.
Of course, we're talking about the team that usually plays here, the Rainbow Wahine, who, by the way, if you didn't hear it today, scored 9 runs in the 7th inning, beat Cal State Fullerton 11-5, and they're 2 wins away from returning to the NCAA since you played back in 2013.
I was almost in tears watching them this morning. I was so excited for them.
1-2, lofted foul. I just think they might be sprinkled with a little good luck dust.
I think so.
Doing it for Bob?
A little Manoa magic today.
Little Manoa magic, there you go, absolutely. So a ball and 2 strikes, the count to Malama. Cruz gets the sign from Silva and misses away.
Lala being patient. She's fouled off a few pitches. You see Cruz trying to nibble on that outside corner with a screwball. Missed twice. Having a good at-bat. See Lala Malama's open stance to that front foot, almost out of the box.
Catcher sets up on the outside. The pitch is outside, and now it's gone full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Malama. Should she get on board, the cleanup hitter, Sophie Allo, on deck. Cruz pitched last night, or yesterday, as well. And you mentioned Bruin from Punahou, who pitched for the Buff and Blue yesterday. You should see her in the circle again today. You see a lot of that when you get to this point in the state tournament. You just ride your horse, right?
Yeah, you're gonna pitch your best the whole time.
The payoff, hit on the ground, picked up by the second baseman. Hiraoka brings it over to first in time, and Malama is retired. After half an inning, Campbell nothing, and Maryknoll coming to the plate.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream. So you can your way. We're here to help. To a healthier you.
All right, let's take a look at the batting order for the Spartans of Maryknoll. Number 2 seed ILH champions Hiraoka, Abad, and Iokia in the top 3. The cleanup hitters, the catcher Silva, followed by Cruz and Sapolu. And the bottom third, Miller, Gatu, and Kamisato. Let's look at the defense for Campbell. Outfield left to right, Whaley, Cabrillo, and Fuentes Oriano. Over at third base, Mendoza. Pantasco's the shortstop, while Fuller's over at second. Alo is at first, and behind the plate doing the catching, it is Malama. In the circle for Campbell, it is going to be Lily Pereira. 8-0 mark on the year, 3.86 ERA, 49 innings pitched, only 9 strikeouts, and 17 walks, which leads me to believe, Kelly, that she is a pitch-to-contact pitcher?
Definitely. She is not going to blow it by any of these hitters necessarily, but she has great movement. Her ball has a good wiggle to it. Doesn't throw very hard, just a freshman, and learning the ropes of how to pitch in these high-pressure situations. She's done a great job so far.
And sometimes those kind of pitchers are the most difficult to hit, right?
Agreed, and I think for Lily, she's going to need to make sure that ball's moving. Maryknoll can put the ball in play pretty well, especially these top 4 or 5 have good bats. And for Pereira, she's going to need to hit her spots. She makes a lot of people swing and look funny because they're swinging out of their shoes.
Well, the first pitch down from Pereira misses outside. It's a ball to Rennie Hiraoka, the second baseman. The table setter for the Spartans, Hiraoka. That off-speed pitch floats in there for a called strike.
And that's what's difficult about hitting Pereira. She has a lot of different speeds. All of her different pitches, her curve, her rise, they're all slightly different in velocity. None of them gonna blow past you. You gotta sit and wait.
That ball lofted in the air, playable out to left field right there. To make the catch is Whaley, and one away here in the home half of the first inning. The Spartans are the home team. They are the higher seed, but it's because they won a coin toss earlier. In this nightcap, we'll have number 1 and defending state champion Mililani. Actually, they'll be the visitors against Puno because the Buff and Blue won the coin toss.
Yeah, interesting that that's how it is late
I don't
in
like
this.
that.
It would be tough if you're that number 1 seed and you don't get to be the home team the whole tournament.
I've always thought, like, for these tournaments, the higher seeds should always be the home team because I think you've earned it, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
over a course of a season at the high school and even at the collegiate level, I think that's how it should be.
And Maryknoll, who ended up being the ILH champs, they weren't necessarily the one that would have been the top seed, I would have thought, the entire year. Punahou was undefeated all year until the ILH tournament. They really stumbled and tripped and fell a little bit in that last ILH tournament, but have really turned it on here in the state tournament. So for Maryknoll, they've really turned it up at the end of the year. They started off slow and rocky and have done a great job of putting it all together late. And so they gained some momentum going into that ILH tournament, end up beating Punahou to take the top seed, and so they are the 2 seed in this tournament.
The 1-2 good high to Abad. Kayla Abad, the shortstop. Giselle Iokia on deck. just underway from Manoa. Semifinal Division I. There's a ball hit back up the middle into center field for a one-out single. So Bob just takes that pitch from Pereira back up the gut. And the Spartans have the first base runner of the ball game.
Yeah, just got to stay balanced, not swing too far out of your shoes. Stays behind it. Abad's just a really good player. You saw her at shortstop with her good hands, also able to swing that bat, hits it right back up the middle, get something going here for Maryknoll.
So the game's first runner, first baseman Alo playing in over at first, and here comes Iokia, the third baseman. Offering down from Pereira, misses high. Zayzell spells her first name Sheyzhelle. I just love some of these names. They're just so cool.
You see some names, yeah, especially in Hawaii high school games. They're fun. They're fun.
Next pitch this time is a strike down to Iokia. Abad over at first, one away, bottom of the first inning.
And yesterday, Iokia had a great day in their game against Kaiser. She was 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs and hit a home run in that game yesterday. The middle of Maryknoll's order hitting really well to start the state tournament. Since they're the seeded team, they got a first round bye, so this is only their second game versus Campbell. This is their third of the state tournament.
And also by winning the ILH, you get that bye, and then you're not also on the same side as Mililani in the bracket, right? So if you're going to face Mililani, it'd be tomorrow for the state championship. If they beat Punahou, there's a ball hit too short. Step on the bag for one. The relay will be late. Nice job, though, by Fantastical getting the lead runner Abad at second base, 6 unassisted for the second out. And safe over at first on the fielder's choice is Iokia.
Fielded it cleanly, kind of thought about tossing it over to her second baseman Fuller and then ended up running it over. I think that's what slowed it down on the double play. Nonetheless, able to get the lead runner, and there's 2 outs here trying to work out of a jam.
But not before we have a little offensive meeting. Still with the runner at first base, but 2 down for Palehua Silva, the catcher.
And Silva is a scary, scary hitter. You got to be extra careful when you are pitching to Silva. 7 home runs on the year. There you see her day yesterday. 20 walks as well. A lot of teams are pitching around her.
Well, we'll see if that's what Pereira does. You know, the intentional, unintentional walk.
Yes, definitely. Hit a home run yesterday against Kaiser. Just has easy pop.
And you have Cassie Cruz, the pitcher, on deck, and that one lined to the left. That's going to drop in for extra bases. He'll go all the way to the wall to hold the runner up at third, Iokia, on the long single to left off the bat of Silva. And the Spartans have runners at the corners now with 2 away.
And that's what we're talking about, easy power. Gets through it quickly, line drive, 1 hop. You hit it so hard, you only get a single out of that. Gonna get a courtesy runner for the catcher here.
So we'll get a courtesy runner over there at second base. And our number, go ahead and you can tell everybody.
Yeah, we got number 5 Labrador running the courtesy runner. We got in high school softball, you can put out a courtesy runner, which is for your pitcher or catcher, and doesn't count as a substitution.
Well, the only reason why I asked you to do it is because the roster we were given
yes.
initially for Maryknoll, every single number is wrong. So Kelly had to go down before the game and actually sit there and talk with the coaches and go over and crisscross the numbers and put what their real numbers are. So
I think it was a spreadsheet issue. I don't think it was a Maryknoll issue.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm thinking it's an Excel spreadsheet issue. Somebody sorted it wrong. That's what I'm thinking.
RBI opportunity for the Spartans right here as the first pitch is down for a strike to Cassie Cruz. The pitcher can help her own cause right here with a base hit in the first inning. Cruz, the 2-way standout for the Spartans. trying to get on, put the pressure on early. Ball hit into left field, and that'll drive in the game's first run. And so Cruz helps her cause with an RBI single to left, scoring Iokia, and it's 1-0 Spartans in the bottom of inning number 1.
Nothing too flashy, just 3 singles in this inning. That's outside pitch. Gets enough of her barrel on it though, pulled it. That was a great pitch from Pereira off the plate, but Cassie Cruz able to reach out and get it. Gets enough of it to get an RBI and the first runner aboard. We're gonna get another courtesy runner here for Maryknoll's pitcher. That's Napoleon out there.
So you have the pinch runner Labrador at second, and now Napoleon over at first. 2 away. And Carly Sapolu, the right fielder, will be the hitter. So run across already here in the first for the Spartans. Trying to add to their advantage to put that pressure on the Sabres. Lily Pereira, the freshman pitcher, in the circle. Winds and brings that one down for a strike at the knees.
For a freshman pitcher, it can be difficult to get in a jam early in a game. You want to see Lily keep her composure here. One pitch at a time. Work slowly and try and find that strike zone.
Well, when you get to this point, it's, you know, win or go home, basically. I mean, there are consolation games, but they're pretty meaningless, right? Your goal is, if you get to the semifinal, is to get to the championship. So, I mean, all options are on the table for each side, right?
Exactly. You're going to go all in today.
And worry about tomorrow. Turning on that one, hitting it well in the air, but well foul and out of play.
Lily Pereira pitched 3 innings against Moanalua on Tuesday, 4 innings yesterday against Baldwin, so she's been working a lot this week. Campbell going with their 2 different pitchers. Fuentes Arellano, that we saw earlier, playing right field right now, is their other pitcher.
Campbell pops that one up in the air on the infield. There's the second baseman, Fuller, to squeeze it for the final out. But the Spartans get a run, and after one, they lead 1-0.
You served your country. Now find a new mission with the Hawaii Longshore Division. Here you have a home, a place where your skills, discipline, and dedication are valued. Longshore men and women who have served bring an unmatched resolve to our docks. Just as you protected our nation, today you can serve Hawaii, the safety of your team and our island's well-being. The Hawaii Longshore Division, connecting daily life, our communities, and honoring those who serve.
Big every time, nice up your life, yeah. When we store yes, way out, they go wide. 10 by 20 plus dep on the side. Double X, yes, call it a double dime. Hawaii self-storage just as big every time, right?
Hawaii self-storage is the place to be. Guaranteed from the boys of BET.
So come on down to Hawaii self-storage. So come down, respect, yeah. Hawaii self-storage, #1. Check it, yeah.
Friday, 4 teams, 2 epic battles, 1 shot to get to the final. It's the Wale Yonemine Foundation State Baseball Semifinals, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, don't miss a second of the action. You can watch OC 16 on the go. The Spectrum News app has the local sports you love and the news and weather that matters most to you. You can download it today on your favorite devices. Nice little crowd on hand here on a Thursday evening semifinal of the HHSAA D1 State Softball Tournament. A bit later after this one, semifinal number 2, we'll have the top seed defending champion Trojans of Mililani taking on the Buff and Blue of Punahou. Here, top of the second inning, 1-0 Maryknoll. It'll be Alo, Fantastico, and Sanchez to face Cassie Cruz, who helped her own cause with an RBI hit in the bottom of the first inning. She set the Sabres down in order in the first, and Alo We'll get that foot out of the way. That one misses. 1-0. Of course, she is the younger sister of the player that broke your NCAA home run record.
That's right. Miss Jocelyn Alo. Yeah, Sophia Alo, the baby sister of the Alos.
Is there any resemblance? That one hit in the air. I'll ask you next time she comes to the plate. Any resemblance to the way her sister plays? And that one caught out in right field by Sapolu for out number 1.
Alo's definitely got some pop, just like her big sis, but a great catch out there in right field, gets behind it. We were talking about the sun. You also got to be able to play the wind if you're out there in right field. Today, though, it's no breeze at all.
And here in steps the shortstop, Linnea Pantastico. High and tight. First pitch down from Cruz. You know, we're talking about names, and I think Linnea must be the younger sister of Chardonnay.
I think they're cousins. They're cousins,
gotta be,
I believe.
But Chardonnay Pantastico, who played here for the University of Hawaii, I thought that was like one of the greatest all-time names.
Chardonnay Pantastico, I know. It's got to be a top.
Oh, it's got to be right up near the top. Another pop-up, first base side. Right next to the bag is Miller. And 2 down, 2 flyouts to start the second inning for Cruz, who looks much more comfortable here so far in the second than she did in the first, albeit she set the order down, set the side down in order.
You're right, she's in the strike zone a little bit more. Maybe it's the nerves settling in here for the senior. When you don't have to pitch as many pitches, you're around the zone, you get them to pop up, it really helps your cause, especially when you are the only pitcher for your team. You want to have quick innings.
Sanchez is now the hitter, the designated player for the Sabres. Cruz with the sign in the circle. Line delivers that fastball in there.
I think Cruz, when she's pitching well, she's hitting her inside corner to the righties, and I think that's a good indication right there. Able to hit her spot right in the river there. Can be really difficult for these righties to get their hands extended. There it is again. I think that's when she's humming. There you go again. Screwball up and in at her hands, makes her pull off. See if they go there again.
Ball and 2 strikes to Sanchez. Cruz looks at the wristband, fires, and that one just misses.
That's a change up there, trying to change velocities. Not able to get it to fall down into the strike zone. Good idea, though, to show your change up early in the game.
We'll see what Sanchez can do here. She'll swing, she'll miss, strike 3, and Cruz picks up her first strikeout of the afternoon, and for the second straight inning, she sets the Sabres down in order.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
The Kokua Pack is back at Zippies. A portion of the proceeds from each one sold will be donated to different local charities every week. Give back to the community and get your Kokua Pack today.
Hardware Hawaii, your Kailua hardware store. At Hardware Hawaii Kailua, helping you find what you need is our top priority. Take our lead lumberman, Eddie.
How's it?
He enjoys helping customers find what they need.
My customers are like my friends. Really makes my day when I get to help them out.
Right on, Eddie. Here in Kailua, we're here, ready to serve you. Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Mike's Engraving Trophies is the official trophy provider of Spectrum OC16 Sports for all your special achievements. It's Mike's Engraving and Trophies. They're located behind Cutter Ford in Aiea. These two teams have a little history in the state tournament. They have played twice, so it's only the third time, but both times the games went the way of the Sabres.
And I mean, the Campbell Sabres just have a great history of being in this state tournament. Have had quite a few runs of state championships going out to Eva Beach.
Bottom third of the order here in the bottom of the second inning for the Spartans. Miller followed by Gatu and Kamisato. Lily Pereira beginning her second inning of work. Spartans got to her for a run on 3 hits, an RBI single by Cassie Cruz, drove in the first and only run.
I think a big key will be if Maryknoll's able to score runs at the bottom of their order. Not as experienced as the top. They're going to be able to flip it over. I think it'll help their cause offensively.
So Miller a little early on that swing, pulling it foul. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the leadoff hitter, Kaya Miller. Okay. Spoils that one out of play.
What Pereira does really well as the pitcher for Campbell is hitting her spots in and out. And like we said, she's not going to throw it past you velocity-wise, but her ball does move in on your hands or away from you.
Hits that one in the air towards right center field. Nobody's going to get to it. It'll bounce off against the fence, and going in to second base with a leadoff double is Miller. 4th hit off Pereira, but more importantly for Maryknoll, a runner in scoring position to begin the second.
Down in the count, able to get extended, stays on it with her top half. See her leaning over the plate, staying there with her chest. That's a big time hit from the number 7 batter for Maryknoll.
Yeah, and you were just talking about the bottom of the order. She must have heard you.
I think so. Very good, Miss Miller.
Kylie May Gatu, the left fielder, will be the batter for the Spartans. Third baseman Mendoza coming in. First base Alo in a bit as well, looking possibly for the sacrifice bunt attempt. The first pitch misses. We'll see if they try to get Gatu to move over to third base Miller. That's what the defense of Campbell is expecting.
Okay, you see the corners playing in, pinching.
Pereira brings that pitch inside, that misses, but not showing any sign of maybe trying to lay one down as Gatu on deck, Kamisato. 1-0 Maryknoll. Winner advances to the state championship tomorrow night. And you'll see it right here. Now she's squared. Lays down the bunt. It's a good one. Only play is over to first. And Pereira gets it over to Fuller, who was covering. The sack goes 1-4. And moving over to third is Miller with 1 away.
Excellent sacrifice bunt from Kylie Gatu. Shows it early, gets that barrel out in front. Lily Pereira does the right thing and gets the out at first. Moving that double hitter over to third. You got Miller now at third, just 1 base away. Kamisato, a great number 9 batter. We've talked about all year how she can flip a lineup over. You want to have somebody at the bottom of your order that is a good contact hitter, almost like a second leadoff.
So Pereira started off with a pitch on the inside for a strike. Maryknoll up 1-0, trying to add to their advantage with a runner at third and 1 away. They're trying to buckle down. That one swung on a miss by Kamisato.
That's what Pereira can do with her off speed, is get people to pull off with their head. You saw her take a big swing way too early on that slow inside pitch.
comes the 0-2. That one is ripped into left field for a base hit. An RBI single to left for Kami Sato, scoring Miller from third. It's 2-0 Maryknoll. And there you go, Kelly. 2 of the 3 hitters in the bottom of the order with base hits to start this inning.
That's a good sign for Maryknoll. Seeing the ball well. That was an 0-2 pitch, not where Pereira would like it. Over the heart of the plate. You want that off the middle, way off the plate. Katie Epinesa, the pitching coach for Campbell, I'm sure did not want it there. A little bit of a freshman mistake there on that 0-2 pitch. And now you flip the lineup over to Hiraoka, who's really scrappy. She's fun to watch. Played baseball a lot of her life and now playing softball in high school. You can tell that she's gritty. She likes to play the game. A really good second baseman as well.
0 for 1 so far here this evening. Flied out to left. Back in the bottom of the first inning. 1 run across, runner at first, 1 away. Pitch lifted in the air, foul territory, and no chance for anybody to get to that one.
These two teams, obviously ILH and OI, not playing each other in the regular season, but seeing each other in the Winter League. There's games played in December, January, and also playing each other in the Mililani tournament that's at Corp every year before the regular season starts.
I didn't realize they had a Winter League.
And it's just games to play with your varsity squad. You also can have some different girls be able to come out and see who you like in your lineup, where you want to put people, also just to gain experience. And it's a good chance for teams like this, Campbell and Maryknoll, who aren't going to play each other during the regular season, to get to face off.
That pitch misses. And the count now goes 3-1 to Hiraoka. Over at first base is Kami Sato, on deck Abad. Pereira does not want to walk Hiraoka right here. And the count goes full.
Good pitch, 3-1 count. Not what Hiraoka was looking for. Worked herself back into the count. Freshman Lily trying to get out of another jam here in the second.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Hiraoka. Here comes the payoff. And that one spoiled. Foul. Line drive right off the side of grandstands. No real wind to speak of. The weather is supposed to be really nice tomorrow as well. Saturday as well.
I know, you and I get to hang out for a couple of days in a row.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah, the softball tomorrow. We'll do the D2 baseball next door on Saturday. And once again, that one hit high in the air in foul territory. Coming over and making the catch is Whaley. Oh, what a terrific effort by Whaley with that fence right there in her way. Didn't let it impede her, and she makes the catch.
That is a great catch down the line. I thought for sure that's going into the bullpen. Down the left field line, doesn't give up on it. You see her pumping her arms as long as she can, reaches out that glove and sticks it. That's a great play for Kayla Whaley out there in left to help her out her pitcher.
I mean, even at the college level, I see a lot of left fielders give up on that one.
Right, you kind of slow down once you get to the fence. She attacked it, kept her glove out long enough to squeeze it, and then the wherewithal to be ready to throw back into her infielders.
The shortstop Kayla Abad steps in with 2 away now. Runner still over at first. 2-0 Maryknoll, and that one floats in for a strike. The off-speed pitch working right there for Lily Pereira. Has given up those 2 runs on 5 hits. Has yet to walk or strike out a hitter.
2 outs.
Yeah, already 5 hits for Maryknoll as they already went through their order once. Seeing the ball well from Pereira. Lots of line drives.
That one lifted in the air out towards left center. The left fielder, Whaley, will get there in time to retire the Spartans. But another run on the board for Maryknoll after 2. They lead it 2-0.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
You only get one brain. If you take a hit to the head, take it seriously.
Don't tough it out. Report it. Tell your coach or parent how you really feel.
And look out for your teammates. If something seems off, speak up.
You've got 2 arms,
2 legs,
2 eyes,
but only one brain. Protect it.
Play hard, play safe, speak up. Learn more at hawaiiconcussion.com.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
Back here at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium, but over on Maui, it's HHSAA D1 Baseball. They have doubleheader action. You see, tomorrow, 3:45 p.m., the action gets underway. Right now, in one of the semifinals, you have Baldwin leading the top seed Kamehameha 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, if that would hold through. And that is on OC16. As you get a good look at Punahou, as Punahou will be taking on the number 1 seed Mililani after this one. So the Buff and Blue right down the street already here, awaiting what has so far been a pretty entertaining game. Top of the 3rd, 2-0. The number 2 seed Maryknoll over Campbell. And lead off the top of the 3rd, it will be Lily Pereira, the pitcher, followed by Mendoza and Gabriel. 7, 8, and 9 for the Sabres, who are looking for their first hit. Cruz do the first 2 up and down in order. Also responsible for driving her team's first run in the 1st inning. So she kind of does everything for the Spartans and brings down the strike right there to Pereira.
I would agree with that statement. I think a lot of people over there at Maryknoll would also. She is the heart and soul of this team. A huge factor on why they've made it to today.
1-1, put on and missed, 1 and 2.
See this pitch. I would argue her best pitch, high and in. That one looked more like a rise ball. In on the hands. Faster velocity in the state is Cassie Cruz, in the low 60s usually.
Pereira staying alive, her counterpart. And you look at the 2 pitchers, Pereira for Campbell and Cruz for Maryknoll, and totally 2 different types of pitchers.
Definitely, I would say Cassie Cruz is more of a power pitcher. Lily Pereira for Campbell is spinning the ball, really relying on her movement.
1-2, she got it. On the inside corner, strikeout number 2 of the game for Cruz, and the leadoff hitter here in the 3rd is retired.
Hard and in, same pitch. Gets a great result out of it. Silva behind the plate, framing that up for her senior pitcher.
So Taylor Mendoza will take her first hacks against Cruz. Mendoza, the 3rd baseman. 7 in a row, set down by Cruz. Comes inside with that pitch, misses, 1-0. You got baseball going on, you've got softball. All the UH sports are on the road. Come on out to Manoa. It's now 2-0 to the hitter, Mendoza. On deck, Gabriel. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Maryknoll. Zips for Campbell. You're in the 3rd inning. We do know tomorrow's matchup for the D2 state championship game, which you'll see right here. 2-0 on a miss. It was Kapaa winning earlier. It was Pro City winning earlier, and so you'll have the defending state champion Kapaa taking on the Chargers of Pro City, and they're having themselves just a heck of a year, aren't they? A record-breaking year, if you will. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Both Kapaa and Pearl City having really good years. It's the clash of the Titans tomorrow for D2. It's going to be a really fun one for the championship game.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. D2 and D1 state championships. It all gets underway tomorrow at 4:30 with the D2 matchup. We're just waiting to see who will be in the D1 matchup. Will it be Maryknoll or Campbell? It's fouled away. And of course, Mililani and Punahou after this one.
Campbell not able to get anything going so far here against Cassie Cruz and Maryknoll. The bottom of this order gonna need to have some good at-bats, some quality at-bats. This year, Campbell's offense has been great at some times and other times have faltered.
And the 2-2 pitch is a called strike 3. So that's 3 straight strikeouts for Cruz dating back to the final out last inning.
It looked like a strike. It wasn't really called a strike by the home plate umpire. Not much of a signal there.
Silva knew it, the catcher.
Silva knew it. That told everybody else. Oh, there's a little one. Yeah, Silva told all of us.
there is sometimes a bit of a delay getting the call up to us. 2 down, bases empty. Here's the number 9 hitter, Shyla Gabriel, the center fielder.
Gabriel got great speed, excellent number 9 batter. Can slap, can hit, bunt for a base hit. Saw she was 1 for 4 yesterday against the win against Baldwin. And Baldwin, who is a really good team, had a great year over there on Maui. Was almost thinking they were going to be able to make it to today. I was excited seeing if we'd get to have them on TV, but it had a little bit of a slugfest with Campbell yesterday, 12-10. And really, that was the only close quarterfinal game.
It really was, you're right. And a lot of blowouts.
I think the other ones were all run
rules. 1-1, and she goes after that one, so now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gabriel.
That's a good pitch to a left-handed batter. I like that screwball away from a lefty, especially if they're slapping. The slapper's got to stay on their line towards the pitcher. Gabriel kind of fading towards first.
Cruz looking to strike out the side. The 1-2. That one out of play.
You see both teams waiting in the rings. Mililani and Punahou getting ready to warm up.
Yeah, we're about a half hour behind schedule. We started at 5:05. Initially, this game was supposed to start at 4:30, but that's because the Kapaa game went long. That went out towards left field, and that time, no play.
Perla having a good at-bat here, staying alive with 2 strikes. Fouling off a few pitches. Those ones she was swinging away, not slapping like she was previously in the beginning of this at-bat. See if Cassie Cruz goes with something off speed or stays away.
Yeah, just real quickly, getting back to those games. The Kapaa beat Pac-5 17-0 earlier, and it was Pro City beating Waimea 15-9. That's how those 2 teams advanced to tomorrow's championship at D2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Cruz brings that one down again. Fouled out of play over the left side. And so staying alive is Gabriel, but she's a little late, a little tardy on those swings, going opposite field foul. So if you're Cruz, you see that, what kind of adjustment would you make?
Yeah, we'll see if they continue to pitch it there. Same pitch 3 times in a row, same results. Something's got to give here. If I were Maryknoll, maybe try some off speed or high and tight on her hands.
Yeah, I was thinking come inside, right? And see what they do. Cruz ready, brings that one down, and staying alive is Gabriel. You got to give her a lot of credit.
Great at bat.
Yeah, she's making Cruz work. She's giving some of her teammates more of an opportunity to watch her pitch. Try to time maybe some of those from the dugout, those mental reps.
And if you're Cruz, you don't need to throw strike here. Throw it off the plate somewhere, maybe way outside. 1-2 count.
Here it comes. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Coming across the second baseman, Hiraoka, who gets it over the first in time to retire Gabriel and the Sabres. We'll head to the last of the third inning. It is number 2, Maryknoll 2, Campbell nothing.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Dodgers, Lakers, the World Surf League, the University of Hawaii, and the very best in high school sports and local programs. The Spectrum Networks in Hawaii. We've got you covered.
You're watching Spectrum XCast. All high school sports, all the time.
Well, we're back in Maryknoll. We'll be back here again tomorrow, Kelly, for the D1 and D2 championship games. D2 gets underway at 4:30 right here on Spectrum XCast. This is the semifinal of the Division I softball state tournament. It is number 2 seed Maryknoll and Campbell, and so far the seeded Spartans are up 2-0 as they will send 3, 4, and 5 to the order. Iokia, Silva, and Cruz to face Lily Pereira. The freshman right-hander has given up single runs in the first 2 frames, and the first pitch down off speed drops in for a strike to Iokia. Giselle Iokia, the third baseman, reached on a fielder's choice in the first and scored, so she's 0 for 1. That one is high. And now you're getting kind of to that time where the sun can affect things. You begin to see some of the shadows on the third base side, and then on that first and right field side, when the ball's coming at you, that sun can really be a problem. That one's hit well out to left field. Whaley going back, looking up, goodbye!
Big time swing from Iokia, number 3 batter for Maryknoll. Saw it up, gets extended, hits it high on the netting out there in left field, and adds on for Maryknoll.
3-0 Spartans. They have now scored in every frame, and she got all of that one, no doubt.
At her shoulder height. And sometimes those are the easiest pitches to hit out. Get extended, stay level on it with your barrel, and that one just sails out of here. You see Campbell's defense trying to calm down their freshman pitcher here. Right the ship a little bit. Her 9th home run.
3rd run, 6th hit for Maryknoll. And Palihua Silva, the catcher, will be the batter. She singled back in the first inning. So single runs in the first, second, and now the 3rd inning for Maryknoll. It's kind of like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. They're not putting together, at least so far, those big, gigantic innings, but just slowly kind of building an advantage.
Yeah, Campbell's been able to stop the bleeding the first 2 innings, only giving up 1 run in each. Even though it has felt like Maryknoll is in full control.
There's one right past the diving shortstop, Fantastical, into center field for a single. And so Silva 2 for 2 on the day.
Outside pitch, hits it off the end, but strong enough to get it through the infield. Great effort by the shortstop, Fantastico, but still threw it. See if they have a courtesy runner for Silva, or she'll stay out there and run.
No sign yet, as of yet. You're in charge of telling me who the courtesy runners are.
I got it. Roger, Scott.
Thank you. Here comes Cruz, the pitcher. She drove in the game's first run to help her cause, and the pitch down from Pereira way upstairs. So we've had an RBI single from Cruz in the first inning, Kamisato in the second, and then that home run to lead off the inning by Iokia. Swung on and missed. Head off speed way out in front was Cruz. Kind of fooled her.
Yeah, pulled her head off.
I know not a lot of pitches fooled you in your career, but what was the pitch that maybe gave you the most trouble?
I would say changeups, yes, and then high and in. I wasn't a very good high and in hitter.
That one lofted out towards right field pretty deep, reaching up and making the grab in right field. Fuentes Arellano, the runner, hustles back to first, but oh man, what a tremendous job defensively in right field.
You're absolutely right. Over her shoulder catch. Great job by Enna, and then has the wherewithal to get it back into the infield. Reaches up, snags it. Almost takes a tumble, but an excellent catch to help out her pitcher there. Silva, the runner on first, was almost all ready to second. She was thinking score. Has to go all the way back.
So terrific defensive play. See if that sparks the Sabres and not the Spartans. As the pitch down to Carly Sapolu is high. Sapolu, the right fielder. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. That was a terrific catch out in right field, no doubt. Spartans got 7 hits already. 2 in the third inning. That one misses outside. So 2-0 to Sapolu, and you have Miller on deck. He doubled to lead off last inning, so there isn't any real gimmies in this lineup, at least today.
Sapolu, a freshman. This Maryknoll team doesn't have very many people on their roster, only 12. 4 of them being freshmen, 3 of them being in the starting lineup. They've really relied on their pitcher, senior pitcher, Cassie Cruz, all year, but things have been gelling. You talked to Coach John Uikawa. Things have really turned well for them here late in the season, peaking at the right moment, had a really good ILH tournament, end up beating Punahou to be the ILH champions, and then getting that #2 seed in the state tournament.
That's the first walk issued by Pereira. So with 1 down now, you have runners at first and second.
Second base for Maryknoll, #5, Ella Labrador.
So we're going to have a new second baseman.
That's Labrador, courtesy runner again for Silva at second. Maybe they were going to let Silva run until she got into scoring position.
So like she did in the first inning, Labrador out at second base. So 2 aboard. Miller looks at the first pitch upstairs.
Ooh, now we're not sure where that one missed. That one looked like a good pitch. I think Pereira and Malama behind the plate thought that should have been a strike.
In the air, out to right. Fuentes Soriano makes the easy grab for out number 2.
That's a tough one for Labrador. If you're supposed to tag on that right away, she had started pausing in between second and third and then made her way back. I don't think that one was deep enough to Arellano out there in right to be able to tag up and get to third.
Here comes the pitch to Gatu.
And we'll see Labrador, the courtesy runner, she kind of pauses a little bit, comes back. Not a hard tag. And the ball's hit far into right field and you're on second base. You can come back hard to second and tag and have a chance to make it to third. We'll see if that ends up costing Maryknoll or not. Right now, though, it feels like Maryknoll's in control, but they've only scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings.
Here's a changeup for a strike down to Kylie Mae Gatu, the left fielder. She laid down a nice sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. Yeah, you're right. It does feel like it's a much larger lead for Maryknoll than what it really is. There's called strike 3 on the outside corner. First strikeout of the game for Pereira, but Maryknoll picks up another run on the leadoff home run by Chazelle Iokia.
Kai was born to surf. Lonnie loves to dance. Jessica is her dog's best friend. What if they were your family and they got killed crossing the street? Each year in Hawaii, about 100 people die on our roads. We have a plan to get that down together. Not to 50 or 25, but to 0. Visit visionzero.hawaii.gov to support safer roads and save lives.
Life has a way of surprising you. Don't get caught unprepared. Whether it's money for a rainy day, a college fund, or your retirement, at Hamada Financial Group, we can help you prepare for the future. Our financial professionals provide financial guidance that's tailored to the needs of you and your family. We work with you to make sure you have the framework so that when things get unsteady, you can have stability when you need it most. Preparing for the future is more important than ever. Call Hamada Financial Group to get started today.
Friday, one final day, one final chance, one shot at glory. It's the Data House State Softball Championships, only on XCast, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, let's take a look at the game summary brought to you by Jack in the Box. All Maryknoll so far. They lead 3-0. Cassie Cruz in the circle. Well, she's been perfect. And also at the plate, of course, you have Chazelle Iokia who hit that big solo home run to lead off the third inning. And there she is back out in the field over at the hot corner, third base. And her team up 3-0 through 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Maryknoll. For the Sabres, no runs, no hits, and no errors. So top of the order, it's Whaley, followed by Fuentes Arellano and Malama will face Cassie Cruz.
See if Campbell's able to make an adjustment this second time through the order with Cassie Cruz.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Cruz grounded out to short her first time. Or excuse me, Whaley did against Cruz her first time, 6-3.
So far, first time through the order, 3 strikeouts for Cassie Cruz. Second in the state in strikeouts this season. And a lot of that having to do with how much she's pitched. She's always out there for Maryknoll.
In the outfield, there's a lot of room, Kelly, in right center. Kamimoto, the center fielder, shaded towards left center, so I'm assuming they're going to try to pitch her either in on the hands or on the outside half. And she does hit that on ground, left side, right to the shortstop. Abad brings it over to first. They're out number 1. So a pitched her exactly the way they wanted to. They wanted her to hit it to the left side. She did.
Yeah, and Whaley was slapping that time. She swings away, but you see her crossing over, hits it right to Abad, doesn't have to move right or left, and works in Maryknoll's favor because Whaley can really run.
Here's Kalena Fuentes Arellano, who just made a terrific play out in the right field in the bottom of the third inning. She's 0 for 1. Takes a ball. Kalena popped out to the second baseman back in the first, so 0-1 so far today for her. 3-0 Maryknoll, top of the fourth inning. Horns have been in control throughout as Cruz fires that one a bit low.
The Maryknoll defense too has been helping Cassie. You saw that play there from Abad. We've also seen Hiraoka make some great plays at second base.
That one fouled straight back and over towards the under construction soccer and track.
It's looking good.
It does. It looks a lot better.
Exciting.
I mentioned this on one of our UH broadcasts that a little birdie told me it should be completed by the end of the year.
All right.
They won't play any soccer there this year, though. They'll still play out in YPO. That's a nice pitch. I guess not. It's
Guess
3 balls
not.
and 1 strike to Fuentes Arellano from up our vantage point.
And it could have been called a strike. Could have caught that high and in corner.
Alama on deck. Campbell trying to get something going offensively against Cruz, and the fastball fired inside and low. There's ball 4.
That's the first base runner for Campbell. Able to work the count there is Kaena. Now you got the heart of your order coming up if you're Campbell. Malama, great power lefty. She reminds me a lot of one of my former teammates who you would know, AJ Tawali'i.
Oh, yes.
A great lefty that played first base when I was a Rainbow Wahine, but got the same stature, good, strong lefty swing to her. Good pop, and also just the presence that they both held on the field. AJ, a great leader. And Lala Malama, all of her coaches saying she's just a great person to be around. The girls listen and respond to her as well.
And she takes a strike right there. That's a nice pitch down from Cruz. They gave up a 1-out walk to Fuentes Arellano, first base runner for the Sabres so far in this one. Semifinal number 1.
Kind of looks like we might have some Manoa mist coming in.
Come on, Kelly.
I just
You
see
don't?
all the rats running around, you know, you feel all the scattering happening.
There's a bouncing ball up the middle of the second baseman who fielded it and gets it over to the first. Nice job by Hiraoka, not letting the ball play her. She played the ball and aggressively got to it and got it over to Miller for the putout.
That's a heck of a play there by the second baseman. Charges it hard, gets it on the 2-hopper, throws it on the run. Sometimes infielders make a play like that look easy. That is not easy at all, especially the throw over there when you have to twist and contort your body to get you in line to throw, but a really good play there to get the second out.
No doubt about it. And here's Sophie Allo, the cleanup hitter. Allo playing first base, flied out to right in the second inning. The first chance here in this one for the Sabres to try to push across a run. Down 3-0, top of the fourth inning. Cassie Cruz fires that breaking pitch in there, and it misses.
Yeah, Cruz hasn't been getting that strike call. Also notice that Sophia Allo scooted to the back of the box. She's pretty deep. Silva, the catcher, had to move back to give room for Allo. She's way in the back of the box this time. Trying to get that pitch to break. And maybe it's working to her favor. It's breaking out of the zone and not called a strike once it crosses her.
What would be her strengths from the times you've seen her? We all know about her sister, obviously. But how about Sophie? What are some of the things she brings to a softball diamond that you like?
I love, personally, to watch her play defense. I think she's one of, if not the best first baseman in the state, which first basemans I think are a little underrated. And if you have a good one, like Alo is, and you just take it for granted because they just catch everything. They make it look easy, but she's got long limbs. She's really tall, and also is able to get to a ball that many players don't get to at first base. She just makes it look so easy over there at first. She also has a great swing.
So Alo will step back in. 2 balls and no strikes, 2 away. Runner out at second. That pitch popped up. First base side coming in the first baseman. We're going to get interference though, as I think Alo clipped her. She did, so that'll be an out. It'll go down as a 3 unassisted put out to end the inning on the base runner interference, not allowing Miller to make the grab. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th, still 3-0 Maryknoll.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
At Spectrum News, we're striving to help inform your community, providing the latest news from journalists right here in Hawaii, the local sports you love, and the local news and weather that matter most to you. Download the Spectrum News app exclusively for Spectrum customers. Your community connection.
Let's go back to the play that ended the top of the 4th inning, Kelly, and you tell us what you saw.
Yeah, Alo pop up high up there, and she's running down the running lane exactly where she's supposed to be, but Miller, the first baseman for Maryknoll, has the right of way. When she's going for the ball, Miller, the defensive player, is allowed to be there, and so Alo needs to go around her. That's running into the defender when she has an opportunity to get a hit ball. So it's interference, and the runner is out.
So 9-1-2 coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Maryknoll. Kami Sato, and then top of the order, Hiraoka and Abad to face Lily Pereira, who's been out there, the freshman, the entire way. She's given up single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings. Kami Sato, she drove in the run in the 2nd inning with a base hit to left field.
And we saw the bottom of the order for Maryknoll doing a great job of flipping the lineup over, being productive. Kami Sato, a good anchor at the bottom. I think it's important for coaches to really put some thought in who you put as the number 9 batter. I think they're such a pivotal part of the order.
Yeah, you always hear the number 9 hitter is almost like your second leadoff hitter,
yes,
right?
You want somebody that gets on base or puts the ball in play a lot, able to keep an inning alive when you need it to. Someone with good contact, maybe someone that bunts well. And right here, Kami Sato already working the count, 3-0 as the leadoff here in the 4th.
Well, the last 2 innings, the leadoff runner got aboard and came around and scored, and Kami Sato will lead off the 4th by taking the base on ball. She'll go down to 1st. That is only the 2nd walk issued by Lily Pereira. The leadoff runner aboard. Top of the order, here's Rennie Hiraoka, the second baseman. 0 for 2. She has flied out twice to left. Try to move her over, maybe, you think, right here?
We'll see. I think Hiraoka's a great contact hitter. See if they decide to bunt her or not.
Takes the strike right there, 0-1.
Hiraoka, like we said, started out her career playing baseball. You kind of can see that type of swagger in her. Really fun to watch. No, I did not.
Really? That kind of surprises me.
I played softball since T-ball, yeah, since I started. But you see that a lot more nowadays. You see girls sticking with baseball a little bit longer.
Well, your old teammate, Jessica Iwata.
Exactly. She played until high school as well.
And then played again after college.
Uh-huh.
That pitch is upstairs to Hiraoka. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Her needing to work in the zone a little bit better. She's been working from behind.
There's a strike. That's a nice pitch. Yeah, that was a good pitch.
That's a hard pitch to hit. One, it's moving away from you as a righty and not very fast, and so you really got to make sure you're staying on it with your front shoulder. See if they go there again here with 2 strikes.
Tommy Sato over at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Pereira. That one is hit on a line to left, but right there is Whaley to squeeze it for the first down, hustling back to first. Kami Sato. So she hit it hard, but hit it right where Whaley was standing.
Good piece of hitting there with 2 strikes. Gets through it. Whaley, an excellent outfielder, though, reads it well. And for Pereira, it's working in your favor. You give up a lot of fly balls. Nearly all of her outs have been fly balls, and it works really well.
She must be a pretty big pull hitter because all 3 outs in this game are out to left field. So still a runner at first, 1 away now for Kayla Abad, the shortstop. She has singled, she has flied out as well. 1 for 2. Stars just trying to continue to add every inning to this still really small lead. Runners are crashing on that one as the pitch misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Iokia on deck.
Bod is also a really scrappy player. Understands the game. Really fun to watch. She's also a junior umpire. Talked about this in one of the games during the regular season.
What's a junior umpire? I've never heard of that.
Junior umpires, a lot of these high school girls are working on the weekends for teams like mine, playing 10 and under, 12 and under, and they're the junior umpires. They get to ump the bases. So they're not behind the plate, but they're out on the base paths. And so I had her as an umpire for one of our 10 and under games, Island Athletes.
Is that the game you got thrown out in?
I was, fighting with her. No, just kidding. That did not happen. Great pitch on the inside corner there. Good frame. You saw Lala behind the plate. See if Pereira's able to close the door. Oh, you see a timeout there from Abad, taking a little too long.
Here comes the 2-2. Bounce. Foul at the plate.
We talked about being a junior umpire, Kyla Abad doing that so she could buy that Easton Ghost bat she's swinging, the Matcha Easton Ghost. She is paying it back to her grandma, I believe, bought it for her in good faith that she'd pay her back after all of her umpire games.
And that one is roped in the right field. Will drop in for a single, station to station. As Kami Sato will move to second base on the second hit of the game for Abad.
Excellent piece of hitting again from the freshman Abad. Pereira just not able to close the door on these at-bats, gets ahead, and then these Maryknoll hitters are staying alive with 2 strikes. Abad sees an inside pitch, gets through it. And now you got Io Kia at the plate, who crushed one to left her last time up.
Yes, she did. She's 1 for 2 with that home run to lead off last inning, and she has scored twice. Scored the first run of the game. Steps in with 2 aboard and 1 away. Bottom of the 4th inning in the semifinal. Let's go back just an inning ago, and no doubt about that one. She turned on and got every bit of it.
Halfway up the fence out there, the netting in left field. Knew it off the bat. Has swung really well all year long in the ILH.
Way high and outside. Maryknoll through the first 3 innings have left 5 runners on base. They have had a lot of opportunities this game, but you got to give credit to Lily Pereira, the freshman, having held them to only 3 runs to this point. Keeping her team still in this one, and the off-speed is down for a strike.
You're right, it feels like Maryknoll's in full control, but Campbell is still right there.
A couple of bloop singles and a blast, and you're tied.
And you're still in it, and I think right here is going to be a pivotal point in the game. Can you get out of a jam with the heart of Maryknoll's order up?
Yeah, that's the tough one, right? 2-1 out of play.
We're talking about Io Kia and her hitting this year. She's got 9 home runs, which is tied for first in the state right now, leading the state in home runs. Right there with Brianna Silva from Baldwin with 9.
First pitch is high, and the count goes full, and now the freshman is a pitch away from loading the bases, which obviously she would like to avoid. Alehua Silva, the catcher's on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Pereira's payoff. It's high, ball 4. And the bags are full of Spartans now. Walk number 3 issued by Pereira. As Kami Sato will go to 3rd to 2nd, it is Abad. And a big chance to blow this one wide open. But first, I think we're going to probably have a little bit of a meeting over there in the circle. What do you think is going to go on here? What would you do?
Not sure here. Pereira's kneeling down in the circle,
is she okay?
Taking a breath. The umpire coming out to talk to them as well. You got the entire defense for Campbell out there. It's the 2 pitchers.
Well, this is a big
pump each other up.
And Kelly, this is a big at bat because the bases are loaded, and you have Alehua Silva coming to the plate, who is 2 for 2 this afternoon / this evening.
Silva's a big power hitter. You always want to pitch carefully to her, but now there's nowhere to put her. 2 singles today, but hitting the ball hard on a line both times.
Mendoza at 3rd in a bit. And the pitch way outside. That's where Malama set up. Trying to see maybe if they could get Silva to go after one, showing good discipline.
Yeah, trying to get her to chase, get out in front. And that's what I would think you'd try with Silva, is trying to get her to lean and reach for something. It's difficult to do, especially when she has great plate discipline. Really strong.
1-0. Lifted in the air, out to right, playable. Went to Zariano under it. She makes the grab. The runner at 3rd pegs and slides in safely as Kami Sato comes in on the sac fly RBI off the bat of Silva to make it a 4-0 game. And she did her job, Kelly, with less than 2 outs. Get that runner home from 3rd.
An outside pitch gets underneath it. Fuentes Arellano out there makes a great throw on a line to for catcher, but just not in time.
Next up for Maryknoll, the pitcher number 44.
See a bod, too good heads-up base running, gets to third.
Yeah, so runners on the corners now with 2 outs. And Cassie Cruz, the pitcher, helped her cause with an RBI single in the first, fly to right in the 3rd inning. A single run for Maryknoll in each frame so far. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 4-0.
Really trying to find something to break it open if you're Maryknoll. You see Lala Malama calling 1st and 3rd play there. See what they decide to do. 2 outs, 1st and 3rd. You're gonna try and get the runner going to 2nd, or you're gonna go for the runner at 3rd.
So in steps Cruz. Pereira brings the pitch down outside and low. Don't forget, after this one, #1 seed and defending state champion Mililani taking on the buff and blue Punahou. That should be a fun one. This has been a fun one. Hopped up, shallow right center. It could be trouble. That one's going to drop. It is trouble. And he'll score a run. Is coming in from 3rd is a bod on the blue single, just out of the reach of anybody. And so give an RBI single to Cruz to make it a 5-0 ball game.
Almost an excellent catch there by Fuller. You see her ranging just out of her reach. That's so hard to go straight back over your head. Hits off her glove. And now Maryknoll able to scratch across another run here.
And how about Cruz? I mean, she's cruising on in the circle, and now she has 2 RBIs.
Really helping herself out today.
Big time. It's not over yet. Runner still on the corners. Is moving over to 3rd was Iokia. And here is Carly Sapolu, the right fielder. Sapolu has popped out and walked. 5-0 Maryknoll, bottom of the 4th inning. That one called a strike.
And we'll see how long Campbell decides to go with Pereira in the circle. And Fuentes Arellano, the right fielder, is their other option. Had a little bit of a difficult time against Baldwin yesterday. And it might be the reason why we haven't seen her yet this game. Also, they're still in distance here with Maryknoll.
So, well, you're out of slam range
Down
now.
to slam range, that's correct. You're getting there though. You don't want to let Maryknoll break it open here. Try and close the door on this inning.
Off speed. That's a ball. Sapolu, the 7th hitter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 across so far for the Spartans. Hit in the air, well, out towards left center field, and coming across the left fielder, Whaley gets there to make the grab. But the Spartans add to their lead with 2, and after 4, they lead 5-0.
Nine to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Waleunamini Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
It is semifinal action of the Data House HHSAA Division I State Softball Semifinal. It is Campbell and Maryknoll. So far, it's been the Spartans, the ILH champion. 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And for Campbell, no runs, no hits, and no errors. You take a look over at Les Murakami Stadium, where D2 State Baseball is underway. You see the Farrington Govs right there. They won the OIA Division II championship this year.
That's
Congratulations. Right. And Kelly and I will be over there on Saturday. We're going to do baseball together, D2 State Championship game. That'll be fun.
That's going to be my baseball
debut. Yeah.
I can't even believe it. That's going to be so fun. You're going to have to help me out over there.
I don't think I'll need to help you at all. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Campbell. Here in the top of the 5th inning, the Spartans need to figure things out here against Cassie Cruz. Has allowed 1 base runner, and that was via walk last inning. So here comes Pantasco, the shortstop. Hopped out to the first baseman, her only plate appearance in inning number 2. She's going to be followed by Sanchez and Pereira. As it's cooled off quite a bit. It's a really nice evening here. Starting to become evening and a little dusk. The sun not affecting anything anymore back behind the arena. That one off the end of the bat, foul.
A little bit of a cooler breeze. See, there's been some sprinkles, but nothing scary.
It's Noah.
I know, nothing scary.
Though a couple weeks ago we did have a softball game, UH softball game canceled.
Right.
Because they canceled about 3:30 and the rain stopped at 3:31.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Of course.
They ended up having to make that game up at Cal Poly last week against UCSB, and they beat them.
I'm sure Coach Bob loved the rain delay.
He was very excited. One popped up to short. And Abad squeezes it for out number 1. Yeah, if you didn't hear earlier today on the mainland at the Big West Softball Championship, Hawaii scored 9 runs in the final inning to come from behind and knock off number 1 seed Cal State Fullerton 11-5. And so tomorrow they'll play at 10 a.m. Hawaii time on ESPN Plus against CSUN, the number 2 seed. I know you'll be watching because I know I will.
I know. Still in the winner's bracket. Now they've got to win the whole tournament in order to make it into a regional.
Everybody has to win the final tournament. It's a 1-bid league, and there's a pitch down that misses to the Lexi Sanchez.
But wouldn't that be something? Coach Bob's been wanting this tournament since we entered the Big West, and the first year, maybe he'll be able to win it. That'd be awesome.
That would be great. Of course, the volleyball team, there's a swing and a miss. The volleyball team going 4 with Penn State earlier at the NCAA Championships in Columbus, Ohio. They will play UCLA tomorrow. And then don't forget the water polo team. They play Cal tomorrow morning, I think 7:30 Hawaii time. And I believe it's only available on the NCAA website. I'm not 100% sure. That one's hit over second base in the right field. It gets past the right fielder, Sapolu, and goes to the wall. And in standing up at second is Sanchez. So we'll see how they score that. If it's a single and then an E9, or if they'll give her a double all the way. You know one thing.
Either way, yeah.
There goes the no-hitter.
Big swing there from the DP for Campbell. Hit it hard, hit it on the nose. I thought Hiraoka almost had a shot at catching that one. Trying to get her dugout rallying behind her.
So it will go down as a double for Sanchez. The first hit of the game comes with 1 out in the 5th inning. We did see a no-hitter earlier when we saw Kapa'a with their win over Pac-5. They won 17-0.
Yeah, Carly Rose Keale threw a no-hitter for Kapa'a. 17-0 against Pac-5 in that D2 semifinal game. that we were waiting on. They're playing before this.
Yeah, what took so long was all the runs. Campbell
Yeah, they're
scoring.
a hit machine.
They had a 9-run inning as well. Well, 0-1 now. The count to Lily Pereira. Pereira, the pitcher.
And if you're Maryknoll, you want Cassie Cruz to just go right after these hitters. You've got a 5-0 lead. You got a cushion. It's already getting late if you're Campbell, and so you got to attack the hitters, attack the strike zone, and make them find the holes in your defense.
That ball hit in the air out towards center field. That ball is out of here. Well, you said they were within range. And a pinch hit home run for Campbell. Maya Mendoza, her first of the season, gets the Sabres on the board and makes it a 5-2 ball game.
Pinch hitter gets jammed a little bit off the bat. It didn't feel like she got all of it, but gets enough to get it out of the yard. That's a big time swing from Mendoza. And like we said, it felt like Maryknoll was large and in charge, but not really able to break it open. And here you go, Campbell right back in it.
Got ourselves a ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taylor Mendoza, the third baseman. So a pinch hit 2-run home run from Maya Mendoza. And I think back now to those 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, how important those were.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It gives Maryknoll a little bit of a cushion, but not that much now. And they've had opportunity to score even more each inning.
Well, I guess the question is, when this half inning is Powell, do you bring Pereira back out there?
Yeah, that's a great point. They pinch hit for her, so there is a chance that that was on purpose because she wasn't going to be going back out in the circle. And there you see Fuentes Arellano out there warming up in the bullpen. So context clues, we're thinking there's going to be a pitching change for Campbell. We'll see.
It would make sense if that's what they did. So here we go, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Missing inside is Cruz. So Cruz was cruising through the first 4 innings. Got the first batter to pop out here, but a double and a home run.
It didn't feel like either of those pitches were huge misses, especially on that home run. It was high and tight. Mendoza just able to get enough of the barrel on it and hit it to the right part of the park. You see she also has been falling behind a little bit more than she had been at the beginning of the game in these at-bats.
That one is crushed. That one is gone. Back to back.
That's impressive. Amazing that Mendoza's going back to back here. Huge swing from Taylor. Gets extended. That one a little bit more sweet on the plate. A no-doubter to left field, line drive. Gets her bat out. Pulls it down the line, and we got a ball game, folks. Campbell not done yet.
Now, I got to ask you this because I don't know, but is Maya and Taylor, are they sisters?
I don't know that either. I would think. We'll see.
I would think so, too.
We'll have to find out.
4th home run of the year for her. And you're right. All of a sudden, the whole complexion of this contest has changed. And you mentioned, really, Maryknoll, they really only have Cassie Cruz. And so Cruz is going to stay out there. And now somebody's got to help. Go ahead and tell me what you want to tell me. Gonzalez?
We're being told that Gonzalez was the one that hit the first home run.
Oh, really?
The numbers are wrong on Campbell's lineup card.
Oh, goodness. So it wasn't who we thought it was.
So it was Skyland Gonzalez who ended up hitting that first home run. We apologize, Skyland. But still yet back-to-back home runs for Campbell.
So we'll give credit where credit's due. Skyland Gonzalez with the two-run home run, and then Taylor Mendoza with the solo home run and a 0-1 count now. The number 9 hitter, Sheila Gabriel. The center fielder grounded out to second base, only plate appearance. 3 runs across on 3 hits, 2 long balls for the Sabres.
No hit until this inning, and then he got 3 extra base hits in a row.
0-1 is away.
It's so interesting how momentum can switch so quickly. Just prior to this inning, it felt like Maryknoll was in the driver's seat.
Well, they were. I mean, you're right. It felt like it, but we kept on mentioning the score was still pretty low. And to the next pitch upstairs, it's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
And you put a great call with a pinch hitter in there and spark some life into your lineup.
But I guess the question is, Kelly, now, I mean, Campbell is still trailing, but can they stop Maryknoll from scoring? Because they've scored in every inning.
Yeah, I think we'll see if they do end up making a pitching change, if the switch up in the circle will do anything to Maryknoll's offense. But first, Cassie Cruz is going to have to find an answer here in the top of the 5th. The bottom of the order for Campbell getting the job done. Here's Coach John Uikawa in the dugout.
Three balls and 1 strike. Cruz is going to be right around the plate. Rio probably recognizes that, but can take the pitch that she wants. Catcher sets up on the outside half. And there's ball 4. Second walk issued by Cruz, and Cruz is a little rattled here in this inning.
Agreed. I think need a timeout called here. Find some answers for Cassie Cruz. She's been a little bit more wild, not hitting her spots as well as she did 4 innings prior. And I got the top of the order coming up. Kayla Whaley, who slapped her first time up. There's Coach Jarvis, her dad. Trying to find some answers in the circle with her with his daughter, Cassie Cruz.
I'll tell you one thing, she's a heck of an outfielder.
Kayla Whaley's been doing a great job. She's had a lot of action out there.
Yes, she has. So back to the top of the order. Whaley 0 for 2. She's grounded out to short twice. Shows bunt, pulls back, runner going. The throw will be late. And sliding in safely with a stolen base is Gabriel.
Yeah, almost felt like Silva didn't know the runner was going. Take bunt, gets it out in time. Great effort though by Abad to get up and get that ball, but just slow getting it to second base. Good job by Gabriello though, getting an excellent jump. Now in scoring position. Got the tying run at the plate for Campbell.
The bump fouled off. Punoho, Midlilani to follow this one. We could have a nail biter in the second one as well, don't you think?
Yeah, that's going to be a really good game as well. Could go either way.
0-2. Cruz winds and delivers. Bounce to the right side. Up with it, the second baseman Hiraoka over to first. On the play, moving over to third is Gabriel, but there's 2 away now.
I thought that ball off the bat was going to take a bad hop, but Hiroka is such a veteran infielder, gives herself the big bounce. You saw her open up her left foot. This looks like a veteran out there at second base and able to make that look easy. A crucial second out here in the fifth, trying to get Maryknoll back in the dugout.
It's Diana Fuentes Arianos. And Cruz starts her off with a strike.
You can see some...
The rain is beginning to fall.
Rain
yes.
coming down.
Or the mist, or whatever you want to call it.
Silva asking for a new ball.
Didn't we say about an hour and a half ago how the weather was supposed to be nice all weekend?
Yeah. Did you jinx us?
Probably. But it's just the Manoa mist.
There you go. Keep telling yourself that, Scott.
I am. Well, now they're going to call time. It doesn't look like it's falling all that hard, and this field does take water pretty well, but the problem is there have been a lot of games on this field today, and then you've got 2 championship games tomorrow. So it looks like we're going to be in a little bit of a rain delay of what has turned out to be a really good game up until this inning. Cassie Cruz had been dominating. She hadn't given up a run. She hadn't given up a hit. Her offense had been pecking away with a single run in the first, second, third, then those 2 runs in the fourth. And then here in the top of the 5th inning, it's like the Sabres finally came alive.
Interesting to see that you can swing the momentum that quickly. And like you said, Cassie Cruz was cruising. She was doing a great job of keeping them off the base paths. Had a no-hitter going into this half inning. And the rain isn't really coming down anymore. You look up to the sky, it's gonna be stopping pretty soon. You got a little bit of dark clouds over Freer Hall.
Well, you know, Kelly, earlier we were mentioning about the D2 matchup tomorrow, Kapaa. Winning it 17-0 earlier today. That was the final pitch of the no-hitter to lead Kapaa.
Carly Rose Keale, a 5-inning no-hitter to defeat Pac-5, get her team back into the D2 championship game. Kapaa readily defeating them easily.
So you'll have the top 2 seeds playing for the championship tomorrow. There you see in the upper half, Kapaa's road yesterday, 15-1 over Kailua, 17-0 over Pac-5 today. They are the defending D2 state champions. And Pearl City's route, 13-7 over Radford and 15-9 over Waimea. And so we'll have that game for you tomorrow beginning at 4:30 right here on Spectrum XCast. Kapaa and Pearl City. Now, who will follow that one in the D1 championship? We still have to wait for that one. As you see the weather, the rain still continuing to fall. The interesting thing is, though, you call a rain delay, you take everybody off the field, but you don't tarp the infield.
Yeah, just letting it get a little wet.
Oh, well, okay, so we are officially in a rain delay. We are in the top of the 5th inning, 2 away. 3 runs have scored. It is 5-3 Maryknoll. When they're ready to play, we will be back.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place. That's a chicken place. That's also a taco place.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard. But our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad. A boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Zippies.
Well, we've had a little rain here in this inning, but we haven't seen any lightning until we saw Campbell's offense. There was a double, and then the pinch hitter, Sky Gonzalez, hits one over the wall. And right after that, it is Taylor Mendoza with the no-doubter over the left field fence. So 3 runs have come across here in the top of the 5th inning. Both teams back out on the field, 2 away. And when play resumes, Cayena Fuentes Arellano will be the hitter. But a much different game here in the 5th inning than what we saw in the first 4. And with the little weather as well, we'll see how that affects things. So Arellano steps in. Runner over at third, and the pitch is high. Cabrillo's over at third. She reached on a walk, stole second, moved over to third. On a ground out.
1 pitch away from getting out of this.
Maybe the break was good for Cruz.
Yeah, trying to get her team out of the rain and back in the dugout.
0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The left fielder started running off the field.
Thought that was strike 3.
She thought it was strike 3. I looked up, I saw her, she was halfway coming off the field, and her teammates were going, nah, that's not a strike yet. So now 1-2. The pitch. Got it. So after the delay, the strikeout of Fuentes Arellano, and the inning, or at least the half inning, is Pell, but not before 3 runs come across. It's 5-3 Maryknoll.
Redecorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
You're watching Hawaii High School Sports on Spectrum XCast.
Got ourselves a very competitive matchup here in semifinal number 1 between the number 2 seed Maryknoll and the Sabres of Campbell. Maryknoll scored in every inning. Campbell's done all their damage in the top half of this frame. So we'll see what the Spartans can do. One note, Lily Pereira, who was pinch hit. The pinch hitter hit the 2-run home run. Gonzalez, she's back out there. Are you a bit surprised?
I am. I thought that pinch hit was so that they could switch out their pitching. Not the case. We did see Fuentes Arellano, the right fielder, warming up in that last half inning, so I think she's ready to go if need be.
Kaya Miller to lead things off. 7, 8, 9 for the Spartans here. She'll be followed by Gatu and Kamisato. Dan's a little bit more into this one now. That's a 5-3 game, and the pitch misses inside and low.
Spartan fans trying to get their team alive, answer back in the bottom of the 5th here.
Miller has doubled and scored here in this one. What a great story, though, if Campbell can find a way to come from behind and get to the state championship game after finishing 5th in the OIA tournament.
A great point, making it a little difficult for themselves. They got upset in the OIA tournament by Moanalua. Moanalua, by the way, having a really good year. They're a fun team to watch and follow.
There's ball 4. So Pereira walks the leadoff hitter here in the 5th inning after her teammates spotted her 3 runs. That is the 4th walk issued by Pereira.
Looking a little frustrated there was Pereira. I think she wanted some strikes called, but definitely not what you want once your teammates got you back in the game. You don't want to give up a walk here early. I think we're going to see a pitching change. There's Katie Epinesa, the pitching coach, coming out of the dugout.
So it looks like Fuentes Arellano will come in to the circle. Pereira will be responsible for the runner at first base.
Yeah, interesting choice to have her just come out for that one at bat. I'm not sure if it was that matchup or they wanted to see if she was going to be able to work in this inning or not, but after a 4-pitch walk, taking the freshman out and giving way to the junior, who, like we've said, held her team in this game. At times it felt a little shaky, felt like Campbell was gonna lose control, not the case. Lily Pereira able to work out of the jam each time, but now will give way to Fuentes Arellano, who's been pitching very well here in her junior year. 6.2 ERA, 43 innings pitched. Her and Lily have been doing a lot of work.
Well, let's go back to 2018, the D1 championship history. Back in 2018, it was Lele Hua defeating Punahou. The next year, Iolani beat Lele Hua, and then you see Maryknoll beat Iolani. Campbell over Kamehameha Kapalama, and the Warriors made it to the championship last year again, but fell to Mililani. So you see a lot of the familiar names every year as the cream rises to the top.
And the last 3 state champions are still in it this year. Maryknoll, Campbell, Mililani, which is going to be fun to see. Some of these girls are still on the team.
So we got one defensive change. I believe that's Sky Gonzalez, right, that hit the home run. There you go. She's out in the right because Fuentes Arellano is now in the circle.
We apologize to Skyland. We are giving her not giving her credit when she hit her home run.
Not our fault.
That's a bummer.
We got a bad roster.
No worries, she still hit it.
And we are going to get a pinch hitter for Maryknoll as well. And the pinch hitter is going to be Caitlin Napoleon. So we saw her come in as a pinch runner earlier, didn't we?
Yes.
So she'll bat in the 8th spot.
Yeah, because she was a courtesy runner, she's allowed to go in and out for a pitcher or catcher, but now she's officially getting put into the lineup as a pinch hitter. And so this counts as a substitution for her.
So Napoleon, the pinch hitter, the runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Maryknoll only up by 2 now. Showed bunt, pulled back. That one misses. The runner at first, Miller, done on via the walk, is the responsibility of the starting pitcher, Lily Pereira. He gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. I have 4 walks and 1 strikeout, unofficially. Again, showing bunt, lays it down, it dribbles foul on the first base side. Smart play by Alo, recognizing that one wasn't going to stay in fair play, just get out of the way.
Yeah, she puts her hands up like, I didn't touch it. And then you can hear her Campbell dugout to grab it. Once it actually was foul, she just let it keep rolling. The dugout yelling at her to touch it once it is foul.
So do you think the bunt is still on for Napoleon here with 2 strikes?
I don't know. I don't think so. Might have missed the opportunity to sack bunt. We'll see, though. Pinch hitter.
The 1-2, cut on a miss, strike 3. And so Napoleon, the pinch hitter, goes down swinging against Fuentes Arellano, who just entered. That's her first strikeout.
And Fuentes Arellano throws harder than Pereira. See that curveball on the outside corner, hits her spot well. The velocity is there when Enna is pitching. Her ball is just going to be a little bit straighter, not as much movement as Pereira has. It definitely has good velocity.
Kamisato looks at a pitch away. The center fielder has singled, walked, and scored and drove in a run. So from that number 9 spot, Kamisato's done some damage here today. Twilight here in Manoa. The lights have been on for a while. We had a passing shower. And that one bounced on the right side, picked up, and underhanded over to first by Fuller. To get Kamisato on the play, moving to second is Miller, but there's 2 away.
Moves the runner over, productive out for the number 9 batter. Now Hiraoka up, excellent contact hitter. Leadoff batters flied out though 3 times to left field.
Yeah, how's that? And we were kind of mentioning the last time she came to the plate, the way at least the defense was shaded. They're straight away right now, but you can kind of tell sometimes by the way the defense is set up, and because you have a runner at second, they can't do that. But it kind of gives you an idea how they want to pitch to her. Hiroka takes the fastball for a strike. You're right, she's flied out to left in the first, second, and fourth innings. I don't know if I've ever seen a player fly out to left 4 times.
We'll see though, but new pitchers, so we'll see if she
That's true.
has a different approach against Fuentes Arellano.
Fuentes Arellano looks fresh. Lines delivers that one, bounced on the right side, picked up by the second baseman. She won't get there in time. Out racing her to the bag is Hiraoka with an infield single while Miller moves to third.
What a play by Fuller just to get to that ball. Both Alo and Fuller had laid out to try and keep this ball on the dirt. See Alo just out of her reach, Fuller able to get to it.
And that is
foot race.
Yeah, and that's the 10th hit of the game for Maryknoll. And the Spartans just continue to put on the pressure 2 away, but they now have runners at the corners for Kayla Abad. Abad, the shortstop.
I think Fuller, though, the second baseman, saved a run, though.
I think you're right.
Because if that gets into the outfield, I would send Miller.
Probably absolutely right. The pitch down is a strike from Fuentes Arellano, who's getting ahead of the hitters. That was one problem Lily Pereira had, was trying to get ahead of the hitters and became a little too predictable. So Abad from the left side, trying to get back a run or 2 from the 3 they gave up in the top of the inning. And away.
Abad's 2 for 3, 2 singles. Both off Pereira. This is her first at bat against Enna. It's a big time spot for a freshman. Some major pressure.
A 1-1, down low and away.
Maryknoll wants to capitalize. They've had runners on base every inning, looking to score in every inning as well.
A 2-1. High ball 3.
So now you know Iokia is behind you, who's got the hot bat. 3-1 count, hitter's pitch. Fuentes Arellano's not going to want to walk you. You're looking to drive something to the gap.
Or over the fence. Like
or
you
over
did.
the fence.
We'll see, hitter's pitch. And there's ball 4. And the bags again, for the second time here in this game, are full of Spartans. Most of this being done with 2 outs.
That was not missing by much. See Malama holding that one. I think even Abad might have thought that was a strike, waited for it to be called a ball. And the bases are juiced here for Iokia, who crushed a home run earlier.
Miller's at third. At second, Hiraoka, Abad at first. And as you said, here's Shea Iokia, the third baseman. Hit one over the wall back in the 3rd inning. She has scored a couple of runs here tonight. The first pitch is down for a strike. Ana Fuentes Arellano out of the bullpen in relief of Lily Pereira. Trying to hold the Spartans in check, get that offense back out there, and see if they can replicate the top of the 5th inning. And they scored 3 times. 0-1, hit in the air out towards center field, and that is gone! A grand slam for Iokia!
Her 10th home run, her grand slam breaks this open. Maryknoll on fire here, answers back in the 5th. Iokia now leads the state in home runs. Big time pitch, hits it right back where it came from and knows it off the bat. That's a big time swing when your team needs it most.
Well, you saw Campbell work so hard to finally get some runs in the top of this inning. They were held hitless up until this inning. They get 3 runs, make it a 5-3 ball game, and then one swing of the bat after those walks. And a lot of times the walks will come back and they'll kill you. And they did in that case, as Iokia got all of that one for the 2nd time tonight. She's got 5 RBI, and it's now a 9-3 Maryknoll lead. And the Spartan fans, as we get closer and closer to this 7th inning and the bottom of the 5th now, they're starting to feel it a little bit more, as Palehua Silva will be the hitter. She's 2 for 2 with an RBI, or excuse me, 2 for 2, yes, with an RBI and a sac fly.
A lot of this coming with 2 outs, and Maryknoll able to keep a rally alive. Like you said, the walks coming back to bite Campbell. And a lot of credit to Kyla Abad, who walked right in front of Iokia, was patient, didn't chase out of the zone, and that's a big at-bat to get your hottest hitter up.
That one hit hard to second, scooped up by Fuller, brings it over to first to end the inning, but not before the big hit. A grand slam off the bat of Shea Iokia. It's 9-3 Maryknoll.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Hawaii's Longshoremen.
Our Hawaii Longshore Division knows it takes all hands, and it's with hard work, dedication, and aloha that the women on the waterfront help keep our harbors on the move. From administration to dockside, they're a vital part of our union, lifting each other up and carrying our islands forward. Together we stand, Ohana strong. We are the Hawaii Longshore Division, connecting daily life, our communities, our islands.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Elevate the way you watch University of Hawaii and local high school sports. On TV, online, and on the go. No matter where you are, the excitement is at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC16.
Well, just moments ago, with the bags full Shai Iokia with her second home run of the night. This one with the bags packed, a grand slam. And all of a sudden you look up and it's a 9-3 game. And you know, starting pitcher Cassie Cruz kind of got roughed up last half inning, gave up 3 runs, a couple of home runs to Campbell, but now going back out there to begin the 6th, Kelly, she's got to be super relaxed now.
And that's how you back up your pitcher right there. Answer back. She gave up 3 extra base hits in a row in the top of the 5th. Double and then back-to-back home runs, and her team backs her up offensively and answers back with 4. So now when you've got a cushion, you got to go after them.
Yes.
Campbell's down to their last 6 outs. Attack the zone and make them work.
The leadoff hitter is Lala Malama, the number 3 hitter in the order, and the catcher will be followed by Alo and Fantastico. Cassie Cruz has gone the entire way up until this point. 3 runs on 3 hits. She's walked a couple and she has struck out 3 and brings the strike down to Malama right there. Malama has grounded out to second twice. By the way, we just got word. We were talking earlier about the Big West softball tournament in which Hawaii scored 9 in the 7th today. The pitch misses away to upset the top seed Cal State Fullerton 11-5. What that did, Kelly, was send Fullerton to a winner-take-all game earlier. I guess it was against UCSD.
Santa Barbara, I believe.
Santa Barbara,
yeah,
UC Santa Barbara. And Santa Barbara knocked out Cal State Fullerton, top seed from the Big West tournament tonight, and they are hosting as well.
Which
that leaves the door wide open
yes.
for a lot of teams, including Hawaii. Here's the 1-1. And I think Cruz thought that might be a strike, didn't get the call. But how about that?
Fullerton had been in full control of the Big West, had the 1 seed by a good margin.
But they had lost 5 games in conference play, and 2 of those were to Hawaii there earlier this year. So Hawaii beat Cal State Fullerton this season 3 out of 4 times, all in Fullerton. I don't know if that's ever happened. As the 3-1 is lined into center field into the glove of Kami Sato.
Hit on a line. Nothing you can do better than that swing if you're Malama. Barrel on it, but great job by Kamisato to read that going to her left.
Well, I want to ask you this because you're a former center fielder. You notice I didn't say you're an old center fielder.
Oh, okay.
Because you aren't.
Old lady? Oh, okay.
no,
not me.
No, you're not. But when those balls are hitting on a line to you, I mean, are those sometimes, I hear that they're sometimes the hardest plays to make.
Yes, for sure. You're not sure if you're going to charge or go back on it, and especially when it's hit straight at you. You saw Kamisato, though. She was playing a little bit towards left field, so able to read it a little bit better when it's to your left or right. But yeah, that one hit straight on a line right at her.
Alo takes the strike. The first baseman looking for her first hit of the game. Winner moves on to the state championship game tomorrow against the winner of Punahou and Mililani. We'll have that one after this one's pelled.
Like you said, Alo looking for her first hit tonight, which is rare. Sophia Alo has 32 hits this year, which is second most in the state. She's a hit machine. Does a lot of damage here as the cleanup hitter for Campbell.
It is a Campbell team that we've seen already in this tournament can score a lot of runs. 12 in their first game against Baldwin and 9 yesterday against Moanalua. So even though if you're Maryknoll, you're up by 6 in the 6th, you're not 100% comfortable as that one is lifted high and deep to center field, and that one is gone. Alo with the solo shot.
And she answers right back. Just talking about her having a hitless night. Not no more. That's a towering shot to center field. And she's fired up.
And she should be. But if you're a Maryknoll, you feel fortunate nobody was on base.
Down the heart of the plate, gets all of it. Great piece of hitting there from Alo, right through it. barrels it up and gets extended. Her long arms able to hit that hard over center field. You see her, she's still pumped up.
Outcount, the outcount's 5 if you're Maryknoll. But the great thing about baseball, there is no clock.
There you go.
There are outs, but there's not a clock.
Got time.
You always have time in baseball. 1-0, fired high.
Cruz trying to find the strike zone yet again here. 2-0 count after you give up a home run. You want to be able to come right back at them. You want to get down and give them a rally going.
And inside and low. Well, you know, Campbell's not going to go down without a fight. I mean, it's such a storied program. I mean, when you consider, you think about some of the blue bloods locally in softball, and Campbell's right there.
For sure. Whenever you think of high school softball, Campbell's definitely one of the names that's going to come up. Great long line of softball players coming out of that school that have great careers collegiately. See Coach John Uekawa from Maryknoll coming out and talking to the home plate umpire with his lineup card.
Could we have a pitching change? Was there anybody? I can't, you know, from my vantage point, I can't see anybody warming up, but no, it doesn't look like it. And I know that Cruz pitches like 99% of the time,
yes.
But you never know.
Never know, but I don't think there's going to be a chance she comes out senior, and she's been pitching all year long for Maryknoll. I think you just ride her to the end.
Well, it probably was just a meeting to kind of chill everybody out a little bit. The 3-1 in there for a strike. Almost never fails after a mound or a circle visit that the next pitch is a strike.
Which is how it should be if you're a player. You want to do the right thing when your coach comes out and talks.
And there's ball 4, and so Fantastico will trot down to first base.
I think both pitchers have felt like the strike zone's been squeezed a little bit. That one could have been called a strike. Saw Silva holding it, framing it a little half tick longer as she trotted down to first base.
And Alexi Sanchez, the designated player, next in.
And Sanchez was the one that got the hitting going for Campbell, got the first hit of the game for the Sabres last inning. A double to right.
So 1-0 the count to the hitter. Sanchez with one away. Runner at first base, a run across. Campbell trailing 9-4. Cruz toes the rubber. That pitch catches the outside corner for a strike.
I think Cassie Cruz should keep throwing that pitch. Screwball on the outside corner to a lefty. It's been her go-to pitch tonight. And when she hits her spot, it's hard for a hitter to hit, especially for the lefties.
Cruz may be tiring a bit here in this one.
Right, just hit her 100th pitch right there.
Trying to just will her way through this one if they can get the win. Get a good night's rest if you're Cassie Cruz, because if they win, I'm sure she'll be back out there tomorrow.
Oh, for sure, she'll be out there again.
Cruz is 2-1. That's ball 3.
Another pitch that could have been a strike. You see Cruz getting a little frustrated with the strike zone. Not sure exactly where it missed. But if you're Campbell, you just wait. Just be patient.
Here's his 3-1 pitch, drops in for a strike. The count goes full. Big pitch right here coming up from Cassie Cruz. The payoff. Cut on and miss, strike 3. She got her. Got Sanchez swinging. Cruz with her 4th strikeout. That's a huge out number 2 here in the 6th inning.
Big time pitch, moving away from the lefty. Sanchez underneath it, you saw that, dipped her back shoulder, swings underneath it, a huge second out for Maryknoll.
And now we see Sky Gonzalez, who's now out in right field, but came in as a pinch hitter last inning and hit a 2-run home run. So she's hitting in the 7th hole where Lily Pereira, the pitcher, was at. Skylyn Gonzalez crushed her first home run of the year. Cruz, bouncing ball left side, up with it on a hop. Iokia throws a strike to first to retire the side. However, a solo home run by Alo, it makes it a 9-4 Maryknoll game.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the 2nd year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeyes Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities around the clock. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, we're bringing Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum Sports to your TVs, delivering coverage of the local sports you love. Spectrum News, now streaming exclusively for Spectrum customers.
Friday, 4 teams, 2 epic battles, 1 shot to get to the final. It's the Wally Onemene Foundation State Baseball Semifinals, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
There you see some of the crowd on hand here for the Data House HHSAA Girls Softball Championship Tournament. This is semifinal number 1, the 2-seed Maryknoll and unseeded Campbell. It's Maryknoll leading 9-4. And the story has been their offense. They have scored in every single run. The big inning, the last inning, where they scored 4 on the grand slam by Shea Iokia. Here comes Cassie Cruz to lead things off the pitcher in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cruz has driven in a pair with a couple of singles, including the first one back in the 1st inning, as she takes a strike from Ana Fuentes Arellano, who begins her first full inning of relief, came in last inning in relief for the starter Lily Pereira. And she's the one that gave up the grand slam, that being Fuentes Arellano. 1. Count even now, the ball and the strike. Punahou Mililani to follow. This one about a half-hour delayed, only because of the Kapaa game. It's foul. Look out. There's Sapolu over there. You gotta keep an eye on the play on the field at the same time when you're warming up. Swinging the bat around.
Diving out of the way of that one.
Cruz waits. Fuentes Arellano winds and delivers. That one turned foul off against the screen over there.
Quickly 1 and 2. For Cassie Cruz, trying to help herself here, possibly Maryknoll's last at bat if they're able to get some more insurance and then hold Campbell at the top.
1-2 out towards short. Nice pickup by Fantastico. And the throw pulls the first baseman Alo off the bag.
Just about to say that was Fantastico looking really smooth up the middle, but a Warrant throw pulls her tall first baseman off the bag just a little bit. Might have stretched a little too early on that one. Reaches there as Alo and not able to get the tag on her.
Well, that was the first error committed by either side in this game. So both teams have played pretty good defense, and now I think we're gonna probably get a pinch runner, you think, over at first base?
I think it's gonna be a different courtesy runner because Napoleon had done the courtesy running for Cruz this whole game, but then they put in Napoleon as a pinch hitter. So they can't use her here.
So we're gonna have Ella K. Mule Labrador. And so we've seen her before.
So she was running for Silva. Now she's gonna courtesy run for the pitcher, Cruz.
The Labrador, the official courtesy runner of the 2025.
I'm not sure if you... I'm trying to think if you can't do that. That's what I was just about to say. Since Labrador courtesy ran
twice
already.
She's run twice, hasn't she, or just
yeah,
once?
and so for a courtesy runner, you can go in and out as long as it's for the pitcher or catcher. But maybe they're going to actually make a substitution instead. So I think since she has already been a courtesy runner for somebody else, they have to make it a actual substitution at first base. And so they'll have to re-enter Cruz as the pitcher in the next half inning.
All right, thanks for explaining all that to us.
Yeah.
Leadoff runner aboard here in the sixth, and it's Carly Sapolu, the right fielder. Sapolu 0 for 2. She has walked. Awesome pitch in for a strike. Nine runs, 11 hits, no errors from Maryknoll. 4-4-1 for Campbell. Maryknoll has led throughout. 1 low.
I think the pitchers for Campbell have been nibbling a little bit too much. I think they need to be working the zone just a little bit more, trying to find the corners. But when you're facing the bottom of the order here for Maryknoll, you want to try and go right after them.
She'll bunt that time with Sapolu. Well, the back is low. And the pace is kind of slowed here in the later innings. We've seen a lot of runs.
I think it's just been more balls, not the pace that the pitchers had been working. They're trying to find the strike zone again.
This pitch. That time she finds the strike zone.
It's a good crowd here right now. A lot of them probably waiting for the Mililani game as well. Punahou and Mililani playing after this, so we've got a little bit of the overlap, but there's a lot of fans here.
Oh yeah, I expect this place to be pretty packed for the nightcap and tomorrow for both the D1 and D2 state championship games. We'll have them both for you beginning at 4:30 with the D2 matchup. The 2-2 pitch is high. We do know the matchup in D2. Pearl City, the OA champions. Kapaa, the defending state champ. Kapaa won 17-0 against Pac-5, and Pearl City won 15-9 against Waimea.
Saw a lot of Kapaa fans made the trip over as well, so I expect to see a good quite group tomorrow. Probably why Maya's going to come and cheer him on as well.
Bouncing ball on the left side. The third baseman goes to short with a relay back to first. Double play. Mendoza to Fuller, bringing it back to Alo. 5-4-3. Twin killing, and there's 2 away.
That's a tough double play to make all the way around the horn. Mendoza on the run, throws it to her second baseman. Alo with the good long stretch at first. Campbell's defense confused how many outs there were after that, thinking it was the third.
You only get 2.
Only 2 on that one.
Base is empty for Kaya Miller, the first baseman. She has scored a couple of times here in this one, had a double. You know, you were talking about Kapaa. Their baseball team is next door as well. I think they're playing Farrington right now.
So a lot of fans made the trip over, making it a long weekend.
Sure. A 1-0. That one finds the strike zone. So should Campbell get out of this half inning unscathed, they'll have 3 outs remaining to make up what is right now at least a 5-run deficit. Got to get out of this frame first. Miller takes a strike there. 1-2.
That double play really helps you though. Yeah, make an error at shortstop with the throw from Fantastico, but then the rest of your infield bails you out, gets you a quick double play. Trying to get your opportunity at the top half.
And there's the swing and a miss, strike 3. So we'll head to the top of the 7th and final scheduled inning with Maryknoll up 9-4.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahat. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Technology at 15 Craigside makes life easier, safer, and keeps us connected. How you guys doing this morning? Internet speed in this building is able to handle the downloads and capacity requirements of my office.
The technical support that's provided by the IT department is wonderful. They're available to all residents for any troubleshooting needs and one-on-one training. Voice technology allows us to ask about 15 Craigside's community events, dining, and activities. There's always something fun to do.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahat. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Friday, one final day, one final chance, one shot at glory. It's the Data House State Softball Championships, only on XCast, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, 3 outs stand in the way of the Maryknoll Spartans from advancing to the state championship game tomorrow, as Cassie Cruz has gone the entire way back out there for her 7th inning of work in the 7th, and she'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the order: Mendoza, Gabriel, and then Whaley. 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Spartans. For the Sabres, 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. You know, they all realize what's at stake right here, and these might be the hardest 3 outs of the game to come by.
I think the nerves start coming back. They ease in the middle innings, but as you get inching closer to the victory, they start creeping back in. Got to be able to manage the nerves as you try and find these last 3 outs if you're Maryknoll.
There's Taylor Mendoza, who homered in her last at-bat. That came in that 3-run 5th inning. She fouls off the first pitch. Officially 1 for 2 is Mendoza. Campbell was hitless until 1 out in the 5th inning.
Credit Campbell for fighting back though in this game. They got it within 2. It was 5-3 in that 5th inning, but then Maryknoll able to answer right back.
Swung through and missed. Let's go back to that at-bat in the 5th inning, and she got absolutely all of that one. Well over that fence.
No doubter to left. You've seen her, she knew it off the bat as well.
And that made it at the time a 5-3 ball game, Kelly, and so we were like, okay, here we go.
Back-to-back 2 home runs with Gonzalez right before.
Backbreaker, though, I think it was the 4 runs in the bottom of that inning. Maryknoll coming right back and actually adding an extra run to their lead. So 1-2, the count to Mendoza. Outfield shaded around a bit, so they're pitching Mendoza to pull. We'll see if she does. Strike 3. So Mendoza strikes out swinging to start the 7th.
Huge first out for Cassie Cruz. Pivotal first out, hits that outside corner. You can see the movement and the passion from her catcher.
Spartans are now 2 outs away for playing in the championship game.
Cassie Cruz was a freshman when Maryknoll won their first ever state championship back in 2002. 2022.
I was gonna say she was a freshman in 2002?
No, she was probably born. No, she wasn't even born yet. 2022.
Yeah, what year is this, 25?
She wasn't born.
No, she wasn't born yet.
2022, she was a freshman. That team was really incredible to watch. That was Jenna Sniffen, Nellie McEnroe-Morenas, Harris Murakami, and Maryknoll won that state championship.
Murakami now part of the Rainbow Wahine softball team after coming back home. Spending her first 3 years at CSUN.
Coach John wanting to get back there. And if you had talked to him 2 months ago, he said this would not have been the outcome he would have expected at this point of the year, but his team turned it around the second half of the ILH, and they have been on a tear.
1-1 swung through by Gabriel. No, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, they always say, right? And there are going to be peaks and valleys throughout a long season. The main thing is you figure it out. And Maryknoll obviously has. Winning that ILH tournament and now getting closer to a chance to play for a state title. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gabriel. Cruz looks at that wristband, comes set at the belt, the pitch. A comebacker between the wickets, and there'll be no play as Abad was able to get it on the ricochet, but there's no chance you're going to throw out Gabriel, so that'll go down as a 1-out infield single, but the ball going right through the legs and off, I guess, the heel of Cruz.
Yeah, let's see if it hits her or she's just able to get a glove on it. Maybe that was her glove. Slows it down. Abad trying her best to get there. The dirt a little slippery. But Gabriel runs extremely well. So a little life here for Campbell. Not done yet.
Now we'll go to the top of the order, and Kayla Whaley. Whaley is grounded out 3 times. 1 away, runner at first.
We've seen Gabriel steal second in this game already. In the 5th, she walked and then stole second. We'll see if they put her in motion again.
Catcher setting up on the outside. The 1-0 pitch is high and away. On deck, the pitcher, Ana Fuentes Ariano, who actually started the game out in right field. Cruz taking her time. Hits that one into the strike zone. Cruz becoming very deliberate here in the 7th inning.
When you have a senior pitcher that wants it just as much as Cassie Cruz does, you want to see that fire in her, try and finish this out.
Got Whaley to go after one high and outside the strike zone.
You don't see Whaley chase like that very often. Tries to go for that riser that was up by her eyes.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see what Cruz brings right here. Pitches away and the count goes full.
I would think Cabrillo's moving on this despite only 1 out.
Let's see if she takes off. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
See Silva telling her pitcher to breathe.
The payoff pitch. Way outside, ball 4. Hey, let's go and check out our Taco Bell play of the game. You have to go back to earlier in this one when Ana Fuentes Arellano was playing right field. The sun was still on. How about her glove right there? As Ana made just a great catch, had to leave her feet, pulled that one down.
We saw it was starting to tail away from her towards the line, but able to adjust mid-air, grabs and snags it over her head. Excellent play, and then finishes the game in the circle.
And she will be the hitter, but first a little visit inside the circle.
That's Coach Jarvis Cruz, Cassie Cruz's dad, coming to talk pitches with his daughter.
Would you want your dad to come out to you in the middle of the game and scold you for not throwing strikes or something like that?
I know Coach Jarvis, and he doesn't do that. He's such a nice guy.
I'd be like, I get enough of this at home. You see it all the time in sports, right? Alrighty, everybody back to their spot. Here's Ana Fuentes Arellano. 0 for 2 with a walk. Runners at first and second. Pitch it on the ground to first. Stepping on the bag is Miller to throw to second. Will not be in time, but a good job by Miller to get the second out. Retiring Fuentes Arellano. Both runners will advance 60 feet.
Dangerous throw Miller just made over to second base, trying to do a double play there, but Abad able to eat it up on that one hopper to her.
Yeah, nice job there. And so now the Sabres are down to their final out as Lala Malama, the catcher, will be the hitter. But runners at second and third. You have Whaley at second, at third as Gabrillo.
Gonna have another timeout called. Silva just trying to encourage her pitcher. 1 out away from the state championship game.
And we have a whole other game to follow this. Another one should be a good one. The top seed, Mililani, taking on the Buff and Blue of Punahou. Thursday night softball in Manoa. Malama wants to keep it going. Cruz wants to close the door. This pitch is outside and high. Here comes Cruz for the second pitch. Misses away, 2-0. With a 5-run lead, and there's 2 outs, wouldn't you kind of maybe want to challenge the hitter a little bit?
Yeah, you'd think they'd be trying to get more over the heart of the plate, but they're nibbling still on the edge. Thought they got the call there on that 1-0 pitch, not the case. Good cut.
Well back, yes, good cut. We had a little bit of a weather delay in this one, only for about, 5 minutes or so?
Not that much, but still the ground's a little moist, a little wet. You see the rosin bag out there for Cassie Cruz. Malama, one of the seniors.
2-1 pitch, fouled off, and now the Sabres down to their final strike. Maryknoll fans in attendance can feel it.
Coach John.
Yeah, he could feel it too.
A little nervous.
I would be. For sure. Trying to take his team back to the state championship game and a chance to win another title. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Malama. Cruz gets a little rosin. The offering. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Maryknoll advances to the title game. So the Maryknoll Spartans take care of business here in the first semifinal as they knock off Campbell by the score of 9-4. And so Maryknoll moves on. They'll play for the state title against the winner of the next game. We'll take a break, come back, and have more from Maryknoll.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard. But our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad. A boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Zibby's.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Well, one ticket has been punched to the championship tomorrow night, and it is the Maryknoll Spartans as they beat Campbell by the final of 9-4. We'll take a break, come back, and look forward to the next one.
9-5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
9-5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Waleonomene Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
And we are back in Manoa at the Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium. See the 2 coaches showing a lot of respect for each other as Maryknoll advances to tomorrow's state championship game with a 9-4 win over the Sabres of Campbell. And let's now find out who our Hawaii Honda dealers impact player of the game is. We go down to the field, and for Maryknoll, we have Shea Iokia, who tonight just happened to hit a couple of home runs, drove in for just a regular day at the ballpark, huh?
Yes. It's kind of nervous.
Well, you didn't show like you were nervous. What were the 2 pitches that you hit out?
The first at bat, the first pitch was inside high, so I figured like I would turn on the ball and just watch the ball fly. And the second at bat, I seen the first pitch right on the outside. Then I knew she was gonna come in, and then the ball just flew right down the middle.
And Shay, talk about your team. You came back, you had the lead, 5-0. Campbell comes back, gets into it, but then your grand slam gets your team out ahead by a lot. Talk about the fight that your team has.
You know, our bond is really strong throughout this whole season, and at practice we work really hard to get to this position today. And I just feel like today's game has just been really fun and really exciting for us to experience.
Well, congratulations. What does this win mean for you guys? Because I'm sure, obviously, the goal is not over yet, right?
Yes. Our goal is just to play our game and just to be as close as we can as our last game, which is tomorrow, and just fight as hard as we can throughout this last game.
Well, congratulations. Great game for you. We'll see you back out here tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, our Hawaii Honda dealers impact player, Shea Iokia. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights for her. And, you know, really the key was those 2 hits.
Oh, my goodness. She had a great day at the plate, seeing the ball really well. The state leader in home runs, adds 2 of them today. And it was that grand slam that really opened the door for Maryknoll and really secured the victory here for the Spartans.
And, you know, you look at the other side for Campbell, their impact player, Sky Gonzalez, a player that didn't actually start the game, came in, had a pinch hit 2-run home run in that 3-run 5th, and then finished out the game in right field.
She came in when her team needed her most and added a huge spot for her team. They hadn't gotten a hit until that inning, and that big 2-run home run was a big spark for her offense. Ultimately, though, they came up short, but what a swing as a pinch hitter. All right, you know, just moments ago we talked to Shea Iokia. Let's see what happened just moments ago as she is getting her plaque, and oh, look out. Oh, got her.
Not only did they get her wet, they put the Gatorade bucket on top of her head. All right, so we know Maryknoll will play for the state championship. Coming up next, #1 seed and defending champion Mililani will take on the Buff and Blue of Punahou. So we'll be back in about 25 minutes with the second semifinal here from Manoa. Don't go anywhere. Once again, the final here in the first. It was Maryknoll 9, Campbell 4. We'll be back in a little bit.
Throughout the years, many things have changed, but Long's Drugs remains committed to serving you and all of Hawaii by partnering with local brands and businesses, by hiring local talent who dedicate themselves each day, and by direct donations and volunteer initiatives.